Welcome to the Instagram Stories for Friday, May 13th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. The biggest news in the Instagram world today comes from the Washington Post. It is an excellent article entitled, "I Gave Instagram Photos of My Baby, Instagram Returned Fear." The byline, "Algorithms prey on you. What if you could reset them?" This is a great article. The reporter gives an account of how he made an Instagram account when he got a new baby and just created this account for private photos of the baby to be shared with close family and friends. And the algorithm began to show him disgusting pictures of babies. What did he do? Well, apart from writing an article about it, he went to the Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen to get her take on the situation. Here's an audio clip of them talking about not only the problem, but some potential solutions.
I'm a new dad.
Congratulations.
Thank you. When my son was born, I started an Instagram account just to share photos of him. Then over time, as I would open the app, I would notice that Instagram was showing me images of other babies that weren't our friends. And then as time passed, the children that I would see in these images were more and more suffering in different ways. Children who were attached to tubes in the hospital, children who were dying of cancer. I wasn't clicking like on any of these images. I wasn't following these accounts. But today, when I open my Instagram app, more than 1 in 10 of the images that I see is of a child in distress.
Oh, wow.
And I got to feel like they were preying on my new dad brain, on all my sensitivities for being a new dad. I want to show you what some of these images look like. You can sort of swipe through them there.
Oh, wow.
Did I discover some bug in Instagram, or did I discover something even more problematic?
I spent most of my career on is algorithmic products. I worked on search quality at Google. I helped found the ML team, machine learning team at Yelp. There's lots of different ways to tease out what we call signal. Like we're always trying to figure out, what do you like? What should we show you next? I would be unsurprised that the reality of being a new dad is that you are more vulnerable to the suffering of children. And I am sure, when you run into one of those shocking photos, you're not intending to spend time on that photo, but you pause. And the algorithm takes that longer duration, you didn't just swipe by it, you paused. I would be unsurprised if that isn't a thing that they express as interest. And that could be why you're seeing more and more over time. The algorithm is always searching for what rabbit hole you could get pulled down. What is your vulnerability? Because the algorithm just wants to keep you there as much as possible. They just want you to consume as much as you can. We don't ever get to see what factors go into these models. We deserve to have that level of transparency, but we don't in the United States. Because it really does influence what it is that we consume on a day-to-day basis. And those decisions are all being made behind a curtain by a for-profit company.
There's a little bit more to this clip where they talk about what we as individual users can do about this problem. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. The Instagram Stories is sponsored by #Slayer.com, the easy Instagram hashtag tool that helps save you time and get you more views. I love these guys, not just because I use them myself, but because they're also a family business. You can start growing at #Slayer.com and be sure to upgrade using coupon code IGStories to get your first month completely free. That's coupon code IGStories. And we're back. For the last part of this clip, they talk about what specifically can be done about this problem with the algorithms, not just on Instagram, but basically on every other social media platform that has algorithms.
What should we, the users of Instagram and Facebook, but also YouTube and TikTok and other social media platforms, what should we, the users, demand of these companies and of the laws to make things better?
We, the users, deserve transparency. We deserve to have the same level of nutritional labeling for our informational products as we have for our nutritional products. We deserve to see what goes into the algorithms. We deserve to be able to see what the consequences of those things are. And right now, we're forced to just trust Facebook. And if we learned anything from my disclosures, it's that the era of just trust us is over.
This was a really good article. I definitely recommend reading it. I'm going to link to it in the show notes. The Washington Post does some excellent reporting. I've been really impressed with what I've seen from them lately. Plus, my favorite reporter, Taylor Lorenz, works for the Washington Post. So, hey, I'm a fan. Even though they're owned by Jeff Bezos, still, I'm a fan. They did, of course, go to Meta for a quote for this article. The Meta spokesperson responded, quote, "Our recommendations allow people in this community to find one another, but they can always let us know in the app if they're not interested in something recommended to them," end quote. That's going to do it for today's show. Be sure to come back on Monday for Mosseri Monday, which is where we talk about what the head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, shared on his Ask Me Anything, and we digest the clips and break everything down. Be sure to come back for that.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks at Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently until Zuck returns my DMs and starts to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacies. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.
Hey, thanks so much for listening all the way to the end of the episode. I really appreciate you listening to my show on a regular basis. Could you do me a favor? Go on Apple Music and leave a review. You listen to my show a lot, which I greatly appreciate. So a great way to say thank you is to go on Apple Music and leave a review for the Instagram stories.